And I'm going to share my screen. I hope it goes super smoothly. Okay. So thank you so much, guys, for coming. I am going to attempt to mute you because the background noise can get, oh goodness, I shared my screen and I don't see anything. Okay, so if you can, like I ask this every week because, can everybody see the slides?
No.
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 Okay.
That was interesting.
Something's going on. Oh, here we go. I think it might be coming.
There we go.
Yeah? Okay. Okay, so no, I don't want to. Okay. Kind of got me. I'm also kind of going off of longer. You're doing any kind of workout, you know, any kind of lengthy program. So when you start to look at this as like a lifestyle change, I think we all go through these like dips and peaks where we are like in a groove, then we're not in a groove, then we're in a groove, then we're not in a groove. So I wanted to talk about this because I think that I'm going to say the majority of us have maybe not the healthiest relationship exercise or healthiest mindset about exercise. That's what I'm going to talk about tonight, and how to kind of get that motivation and make it, you know, a good thing in your life. So, okay, so good one for us. I think, you know, there's people that we realize make some special day. You make them like fitness freaks, whatever, but they just love exercise. And I think that that's actually a myth. I think that what happens is those people that are like these lovers of exercise, in a way, we're getting from exercise kind of like a drug. Like you're getting this high from what you're doing, and because they love that so much, what they're getting from it each and every time they do it, that's why they love it. So we're going to talk about how we can like reframe our mindset with exercise. And I love this graphic because whenever I say the word exercise, I wash my mouth out with chocolate. Cute. Okay, so a big reason why we tend to have like this negative feeling about any kind of exercise is because we have these negative associations with exercise. So a mistake that a lot of us make is that we associate exercise with an outcome that's unrealistic, or we exercise for the wrong reasons. So a vast majority of us approach exercise as something that we want to do only because we want to lose weight, right? And the truth is, you're going to be disappointed because you're not going to lose weight every time you exercise. So if that is your major focus or your major association with exercise, it's not really surprising that we have this like negative feeling towards it. So another issue that comes with, I'm myself totally guilty of this as well, is that exercise has been bad. So like a way to like make amends to gaining weight, or you ate a bad meal, or you're like making up for, you know, not doing anything the day before and eating junky and that kind of thing. So then we start to associate exercise with feelings of not being good enough and needing ourselves. And you have that feeling that, okay, I need to change because I'm not good enough, and so I have to exercise. So it's like punishment, right? Rather than a thing. Another big thing is if people have early on in their childhood or whatever, they might have negative experiences with the exercise. So you weren't like when you were younger, or you're unvaccinated or whatever. If that association with any kind of physical activity was negative, then it makes you feel bad later on because of those early experiences. So that happens to tons of people. Like they just early on, they, you know, or think about back to gym class when, you know, I would say I loved sport. I loved the time we do these really dumb things in gym, and I remember thinking, I don't really like super sporty, you really wouldn't like them. So then there's just that negative association with it as well. Or getting like picked last for the team, or, you know, just not being up to par with the rest of your classmates. It's hard, right? So we know that exercise is good for us. Like it's scientifically proven. I'm not just saying this. We know that amazing things happen to us when we exercise. Like we are smarter, we are more creative, we're more patient, kinder, more confident. You know, we feel sexier, we feel better in our clothes, we feel more attractive to our partners. We have more energy, we sleep better, we feel stronger, we're more focused throughout our day. And all of those things like have been scientifically backed up. So we know that, you know, they've taken test groups and they've compared people and they've compared feelings people have throughout the day, and they've done, you know, brain scans and watched what exercise does to your brain so that you know that it's true. Like, exercise is good for you. Not to mention that it pretty much helps treat and prevent the majority of diseases that are rampant right now. So a lot of diseases are preventable. So things like heart disease, diabetes, type 2 diabetes, any kind of cardiovascular stuff where you're just not moving enough, or, you know, issues like that are a lot of people are suffering from, but they're actually totally preventable. So how do we start getting to that point where we're craving exercise? If we know it's good for us and we don't do it, why is that? How can we learn to love it? Or how can we learn to crave it? How can we make it something that we want every single day in our life, no matter what happens, no matter what happens? We need to focus on the fact that to stay motivated, we need instant gratification. So this is just the scientific. It just seems like our brain works better with motivation if we have instant gratification. We are not as complicated as people would think, you know, biologically speaking. If I get doing, and we stop thinking, okay, a workout is going to give me six-pack abs, or, oh, this one workout or this 1 week of working out is going to make me lose weight. The wrong expectation, because we know there's all these other factors that are included. So things like how you're eating, how you're sleeping, how you're drinking, what your cycle is, like all sorts of things that affect what is going on with your body that is just not related to exercise. So actually, I'm going to go back to the analogy that's in the podcast that I really, really liked, was that people don't smoke cigarettes because they're getting gratification from smoking them, right? Like they're, I want to do something bad, so I'm just going to smoke cigarettes. Like, it's like, no, the feelings they get, that kind of stuff, that's the instant gratification they're getting every time they light up. And it's also, it's really hard to stop because they crave it. So we were talking about before, these exercise junkies or whatever. I feel like that's really not a gentle term, but it gets the point across, right? They get instant gratification from exercise. So they immediately after or even during exercise, they feel more clarity. They feel happier. They feel more energy. They have a good mood coming out of it. They maybe feel stress relief or empowered. They have that self-confidence. They feel strong and accomplished. Like, all of these things that are actually like amazing feelings to have. And like, if you could bottle them up and just keep them and have them all through the day, you want to, right? So it's important to make this mind shift about inspiration. Like, if I'm exercise, I want to lose a pound. And start looking at it as, okay, every time I exercise, I want to come out of my workout feeling or less anxious, or, you know, less stressed or happier than when I started. And if you start, you know, write down these things that you want that are realistic instant gratification goals for you, getting a smaller size of jeans or having a six-pack, this is an EEG image of so on the left, this image of neuroelectrical brain activity after 20 minutes of sitting. Blue area suggests a dip in neural resources to focus. Right side is after a walk. The same brain shows more red after 20 minutes of information processing. So for those of you, like, you guys are in, like, you know, teaching and office stuff and things where you can just get like really exhausted mentally, it is even more important for you to have that mental clarity and that just feeling of alertness and stuff that you're going to get from exercise. So step 2, make it a habit. So everybody talks about habits. We always seem to be able to do bad habits faster than good ones, but it's not as complicated as we make it out to be. So exercise isn't a habit yet. I think just to wake up and not have ourselves and just think, that kind of thing. So to make it a habit, we need to, you know, break down how you do that. So we need a trigger. When you're first really starting to make exercise a habit, it's a really good idea to exercise at the same time every day. I know that for me, that's not how I started. I was exercising around my husband's shift schedule. So sometimes I was, you know, working out at like 10 o'clock in the morning, and sometimes I was working out at like 9 o'clock at night. Other things clicked for me, and it was more important to me that I had the time no one was around to bother me than it was to do it at the same time every day. Doing it the same way. And when we're done before, late every night, and you wake up and you look at them, it's like, oh, I need to go work out. And obviously, you need to set a time to work. If you say you're 10 o'clock in the morning to work out, if you work crazy hours like me and you're not at work already, and then you're gonna go start to work out, and then you get a call from the school, and you have to go drop off your kids' lunch they forgot, or you get a call from a client or whatever, which happened to me a lot, and then all of a sudden you're not working, and then all of a sudden you're, it's like 3 o'clock in the afternoon and you haven't worked out, then it's 7 o'clock at night and you haven't worked out. When you can control it, you want to get the work in as quickly and at the best time possible when no one's going to bug you. Okay, step 3, make it pleasant. So area you don't work in an area that you actually look forward to. Think your office. If your office is a dungeon, you don't like where you're working, you're not going to look forward to it. You don't want the room you work out in to be one you hate, because your environment, maybe you fanciest or whatever, maybe you get a yoga mat that you love, maybe you put up a sign that inspires you, maybe you put signs up that inspire you, and just make it somewhere that is going to give you a good feeling instead of the feeling of negativity that maybe you had from another space. So step 4, experiment. Figure out how to fit your workout in and a workout that serves you. So I know we've talked about this a lot, and I know that when as your coach, we try to have a program for your needs and goals, and maybe you have like injuries or you're struggling with portion control and that kind of thing. We understand that one program is not for everybody, and that's why Beachbody has made so many programs, because they know that it's not one fit all. And the UV2 program that came out, because I think before that there wasn't really a beginner. People are the ones that need it the most and are the most overlooked, right? But if you can do a workout that gets your heart rate up, gets you sweating, and you enjoy, it doesn't matter that it's not like lifting weights or running. So I need to really hide my feelings about running. But you need a workout that you enjoy, for one, and you need a workout to, maybe if you're in a plateau or you're just starting out, you need a workout that makes you feel invincible. And one that you can do, because if you start, with like Insanity Max 30 or something crazy like that, you're going to just get disheartened. And I think people think, well, and that goes back to that negative association. They're like, well, I need to push harder. I need to, I'm not seeing weight loss as fast as I want to, or I'm not getting results as fast as I want to. I need to do a harder workout. But that's not true. The point is to get your body moving every day, to get your heart rate up every day, to get a little sweat going on, right? You want to be in the middle of the workout and be like, look I'm doing this. Like, I think a few of us experienced that today with like the first Sean week workout. It was hard, but we know his reputation, and it was kind of empowering that way. So you need your workout to be something you look forward to. And if you're keeping, because there's really something for everybody out there. Okay, so step 5, focus on changing everything. So instead of just focusing on changing your body, or dropping inches, dropping clothing size, having the scale go down every time you get on it, you need to focus on what exercise does for you, like as a human, and how you present yourself to the world. So back to that confidence thing, the way you feel about yourself, feeling attractive, feeling strong, how you are if you have kids, or how you are to your coworkers, how you are to your partner, your energy levels, your creativity, your productivity, all those things. Again, this is one of my favorite quotes by Chalene Johnson. It says, only exercise on the days you want to improve your mood. And it's so true. So true. Okay. So there are common roadblocks, or, I'm going to call them excuses, because I think that we are just creatures that make excuses. It doesn't mean that you don't feel like they are important, or that, they are real to you, but they are what they are. They're things that you're using as a reason not to do something that you don't want to do, right? So some people will say that working out doesn't actually make them feel more energetic. For those people, like, they'll say that, they just feel more tired, or it just makes them more exhausted. People that have just had kids for the first time and their babies are small, they're already sleep deprived and that kind of thing. But the thing is, with endorphins, and which have mass, but I realize that actually more moves in my thing. better. I didn't nap, or I didn't need to be like laying on the couch all the time. If you are somebody who relies on coffee or energy drinks or even, pot with caffeine in it, your body will actually produce fewer endorphins. So you need to work on cutting that out because it takes time for your body to start using them again on their own. So if you've relied on these like fake sources of getting your endorphins and your energy, then it's going to take some time with you cutting back on them or cutting them out completely for your body to actually start putting them again the way it should be. So never accomplish the results you really want to do. For me, it was diet. That's there to diet. Okay, so another one that I was totally guilty of, people say that they don't have any support or their support system isn't helpful. So I think for any of us that are in like a challenge group, we are lucky, right? Because regardless of what's going on with, your partner or your family or whoever, your coworkers, another one too, it doesn't matter if they aren't helpful because you have this support network yourself. But I used to say that the reason that I had trouble, or I had gained weight or why we were eating junk food all the time was because of my husband. And it was a cop-out because honestly, it's my health and I have to be in charge of it. I needed to wrap my head around that it doesn't matter, what he's buying or what he's doing. If I want to work in, I want to be active, I need to take the onus on it. And when I started to do that, one, he started to come along with me because he realized I wasn't going to keep doing the old things. But two, I felt really liberated by it, and I have learned to help, which is huge. Because hold on a second, I'm trying to see if I can get that. But because there's a lot in life that we can't control, right? And that actually can impact. So this is huge. And the more people that are in this forum, we talk about motivation a lot. And people cannot stay motivated. It's really hard to stay motivated because I'll tell you why. For one, because there's so much unhealthy stuff going on around us. We're fighting against TV commercials and billboards, and everywhere we go is unhealthy food and Netflix binges and everything that we our inner like lazy person would love to just do. Everywhere. We're fighting against that all the time. But again, you have to look at why you're working out, why you want to work, and stop trying to work out only to lose weight. You need to focus on other rewards that are realistic and attainable, and you'll get that instant gratification, and you'll stay motivated, and you'll keep coming back because you'll be looking for those benefits. So maybe if you make it more specific to yourself, like if you don't have, like I said, if you go in and you promise yourself that you're going to come out in a better mood or less anxious, then, if you have that, if you get that done, you're winning, right? Okay, so again, this is another one that every workout I've tried is too hard or I have injuries or whatever. You really just have to find that right workout for you because there are tons and tons and tons of low impact workouts. Or follow modifiers. There's no doing weight to do it. And then if it's not your thing or you can't do that all the time right now, if you're not there, things like recumbent bikes or rowing machines or swimming or walking or just, you just have to start exercising based on your needs so that you get in the habit of your body wanting to move. And, you don't stop looking for your perfect workout. And that's effective until you get to that point. So for me, I love walking. But walking was not getting me, it was giving me mental clarity and making me, feel good, that kind of stuff, but it wasn't getting me the bigger results that I needed to get. That's why I decided to, add on more to that, and it worked out well. I realized that I could challenge myself more than that, but it wasn't a bad way to start for me. Okay, another one, I'm too tired or I have no time for exercise or I have small kids or babies or whatever. It is hard when life is busy to get everything in a day. I'm not going to pretend that it's not. But this is when you need exercise the most. Like honestly, you should feel tired after a workout, but you should also feel proud because you just worked your body out hard enough to tire your body. And like I said before, energy begets energy. So, if you want more energy with your kids or you want to be, more fun with your partner and going and doing things and like hiking and whatever, you need the exercise so much when you are tired or when you think you don't have time. You need to find a way to fit it in. And I mean, there's workouts as short as 22 minutes. There's ways to get exercise in a day that don't take a ton of time, that are going to get you, that feeling of being energized. So you can make a list each day of 2 to 3 things that are going to move you forward in life. I do think that exercising is one of those things that should be on you every single day, whether that's, yoga or like going for a walk, like I said, or following a program. You should be looking forward to exercise because this is something you should do for you. You deserve to feel your best and treat your body well. And there's nothing more beneficial you can do for your mental well-being than improve your physical well-being. So I'm going to repeat that. There's nothing more beneficial you can do for your mental well-being than improve your physical well-being. Health starts like from the inside, works out, and vice versa. When you're feeling better with your body, your mind's going to feel better too. So if that's not reason enough, I don't know what is. I'm going to stop sharing this. That's the end. Maybe leave. And I'm going to stop recording.